what exactly is it? Without clash with Richarlison, and then referee Felix Zwaya pointing towards direction of Tottenham, and then of course the ball has been thrown to Vicario. Benzako. Wow. Sri Lanka couldn't hold that ball well. Okay. Bruno Fernandes intercepted, ball intercepted by Papisa, and then he's trying to put himself in order. To his left, you have a Richarlison. Richarlison, okay. Back to Richarlison. He sends it into the box. Brennan Johnson is a goal. Brennan Johnson has scored. Put the first blood there. And it's Tottenham. Tottenham has taken the lead there. Oh my God. Hey. All right. 5 goals in 13 matches for Brennan Johnson. Like I said earlier, is their top highest goal scorer in this competition. 4 goals before. Now, Tottenham's top scorer in all competition, Brennan Johnson. Before now, he has scored 17 goals. Now this is his 18th goal of the season. And then nice up from Papisa. Puts his leg and then sends the ball beyond Andre Onana. Tottenham Hotspur 1 courtesy of the goal from Brennan Johnson. Wow. Is that a Luke Shaw own goal, or what? Will you call that a Luke Shaw own goal? And then you see Ange is very excited. The entire bench of Tottenham Hotspur is quite excited there. Less than 3 minutes of the first half to go. Oh, Richarlison has found a Mazraoui, and of course there's not going to be no card going to be given. Oh, that was such a harsh one right there. Oh, so let's see. Oh, can see Diego Dalot, Victor Lindelof, Manuel Ugarte. Okay, Bruno with a free kick. All right, cleared out by Richarlison for a throw-in by Wow. Okay, Tottenham once again. Tottenham Hotspur 1, and then Manchester United new. Mazraoui, Casemiro passes to Amad Diallo. So I think our balls have been directed. Bruno Fernandes sends the ball to him, and then nicely defended there. Richarlison, Mazraoui. Okay, Udogie clears the ball out. Maguire, Euro, Diallo. Okay, Maguire again, and then of course to Luke Shaw, Patrick Dogo, back to Luke Shaw. The Tottenham players are closing them down. Just about a moment when you're not seeing so much activities from either side. All of a sudden, you have Papisa pulling up that cross into the box for Brennan Johnson, and then He touches the body of Luke Shaw. 2 minutes at a time. Will you say it's Luke Shaw that scored an own goal? Because he touched the leg of Luke Shaw. Yeah, because yes, he touched the body. You can say is a. You can say it's a Luke Shaw own goal, but we'll see who gets that ball, who gets the goal. All right, you have Bruno Fernandes here, about to take a free kick. Raises his hands up, sends the ball into the box. All right, Ahmad, and then Luke Shaw, headed away by Christian Romero. Ahmad, all right, Vicario gathers his ball, you know, calmly gathers the ball calmly right there. Oh, so much effort has been put in by this. Much of the ball has been directed to Amad Diallo on the right hand side there. I think that's their own Bukayo Saka, their own Lamine Yamal. Yeah. Okay, Richarlison. Okay, Richarlison turns. Nice one. Sends another cross. Oh, nice guy there by Patrick Dogu. So that's the whistle has gone at for halftime right there. San Mames right there in Bilbao. The San Mames right there in Bilbao, and then Manchester United one goal down at halftime. You can see Heung-min Son, that's the captain of Tottenham Hotspur. So excited for that first half performance. But it's not over until it's over. It's not over until it's over. So we'll just give you shortly. We'll give you the statistics of everything that went down in the first half shortly. The news is that Manchester United won't go down in the final of this competition. Don't forget the Champions League ticket. The Champions League ticket is at stake right now. The Champions League ticket is at stake. Whichever team, of course, wins this competition will qualify for the Champions League. Don't forget that both teams are they are birds of the same feather. And in the league this season, they've been quite poor. They've been quite poor in the league this season. So thank you for joining us. If you're joining us on YouTube, you join us on Facebook. Thank you for joining us at the moment. So that's the situation of things. Manchester halftime. Tottenham 1 and Manchester United 0. Don't forget the two teams. Even West Ham has gone above them. So Manchester United in the league currently sits on 16th position, while Tottenham says on 17th position. Manchester United with just 10 wins. Manchester with just 10 wins in all competitions, 9 draws, and then 18 losses. Manchester United 18 losses this season in the league, while you have Tottenham Hotspur with 21 losses in the league this season. So of course Manchester United 39 points, while you have Tottenham Hotspur 38 points. Of course Tottenham is just on 17th position, while of course the other three teams, Leicester City, Ipswich Town and Southampton, the three relegated teams are way down with just one match to go in the EPL this season. So Manchester United and Tottenham. So is the situation of things with both teams. It's a very precarious situation for them with a Champions League ticket at stake. But we will. It's important to see the teams that both teams will be playing. Although they have nothing. Even with whatever they are playing, they have nothing. Even if they win on Sunday, that's on Sunday, 25th. On Sunday 25th of May, in the EPL, they have nothing. You don't think there's anything that can do. But any side that wins this match qualifies for the Champions League. Of course, let's say Manchester United will be playing Aston Villa. Manchester United will be playing Manchester United will be playing Aston Villa. When you we're playing Aston Villa, and Aston Villa still have chances to qualify uh, for the Champions League. So Manchester United versus Aston Villa in the league on Sunday, where you have Tottenham Hotspur will playing also at home versus Brighton. Tottenham will playing versus Brighton, the same Brighton that just dealt with Liverpool this about 2 days ago. So that is the way it is in the in the EPL. Don't forget this Sunday is the final of the EPL, and you have about 5 teams. We have, don't forget, Arsenal as of course definitely qualified for next season's Champions League. Club Netflix, Netflix club. That's Arsenal. They've qualified. They've qualified for another season of Champions League. We thank God. Thank God for them. They've qualified for Champions League. But you have a slew of clubs who can also qualify in the clubs like you have a Manchester City, which is in third position. You have Newcastle, you have Chelsea, Aston Villa, and of course Nottingham Forest. All having a chance, standing a chance to play in the Champions League next season. Of course, 6 English teams will be represented in the Champions League next season. 6 English teams, that's confirmed news. 6 English teams will be represented. That is unprecedented. You don't have no other league will be presenting 6 teams in the Champions League, but 6 English teams will be playing in the Champions League next season. That is automatically 5 because Arsenal won a match in the quarterfinals of the Champions League this season. So Arsenal won a match in the quarterfinals, and then of course qualified for the semi-finals before they were dealt with by the same PSG that they beat 2-0 in their this thing in the group stage of the Champions League this season. So they were beaten by the same PSG. But whichever way, they win by Arsenal in the semi-finals of they win by Arsenal in the quarterfinals against Madrid, made it possible for five English teams to qualify. And then of course the ability of 2 English teams to be in the finals of the Europa Cup also gives us or gives if the EPL the opportunity to present another English team in the Champions League for next season. So making it 6 English teams. So as it is, Manchester United is in 16th position, with 39 points. They are still owing goals. The goal difference of -12 goal difference. That's really serious for them. Goal difference. Manchester United goal difference of -12 after scoring 42 goals and then conceding 54. That's serious for Manchester United. But for Tottenham, I think theirs seems to be worse. After 37 games, they are on 38 points. And then a goal difference of 2. They have a goal difference of 2. That's Tottenham Hotspur having scored 63 and conceded 61. Having scored 63 and then conceded 61. That makes them a goal difference of +2. That is for Tottenham Hotspur. But that is really a lot, massively. Like I mentioned, Manchester United have lost this season. They lost 18 games. They lost 18 games. While Tottenham lost 21 games. That's this season. That is a whole lot. That is a whole lot. And then, except maybe something like a miracle happens, uh, you know, Ange. That's if Ange does not win this match, there's every possibility. There are possibilities that he's going to lose his job. So that is the way with that's the way with Manchester United and Tottenham in the league, 16 and 17 respectively. Before we go back to the match, we are going to be giving you we are going to give you you know some brief news as it is happening in the world of football. You have Hendrick just earlier today suffers an injury to the joint tendon of his hamstring. That is Hendrick of Real Madrid. To this that's of the hamstring of his right leg, and then Hendrick could be out for about 2 months. That is Hendrick for Real Madrid, and then also for Real Madrid, you understand that Lucas Vasquez will leave Real Madrid after the Club World Cup. After the Club World Cup in July, that is if they make it to the final anyway. That is Lucas Vasquez. Of course, the coming of Trent Alexander-Arnold, is threatening, of course, threatening the position of people like Lucas Vasquez. And then, of course, after the Club World Cup in July, um, uh, you know, Lucas Vasquez will be leaving Real Madrid. That is it. And then just also know that Hansi Flick has signed a new contract at Barcelona. Has signed a new contract at Barcelona. Just earlier today, Hansi Flick, that's the coach of Barcelona, signed a new contract, you know, until 2027. Until 2027. Of course, he won the domestic treble. That is Hansi Flick winning the domestic treble. It's not easy. So, and of course, also got semi-final, to the semi-final of the Champions League, before they were beaten by that team, Inter Milan. Don't forget, we'll also be here to cover the Champions League final. The Champions League final, will be covering it on May 31st, 2025. We are going to be covering it. That's the Munich 2025, right there at the Allianz and the Arena. We'll be covering it right from here on Live Football Nigeria. So I will be joining shortly. We'll be joining Manchester. We'll be joining the match between Tottenham and Manchester United for the second half. So that's the way it is. Some other news, you'll be hearing some other news from us. Definitely. We'll be here, of course, on Sunday to cover that's the final day of the EPL. We are going to be here to see which team qualifies for next season's Champions League from all those teams that are fighting very hard to qualify for the Champions League. So we'll be here on Sunday. To see who qualifies for the Champions. Don't forget, you have those that are there. You have Tottenham Hotspur. You have Manchester City. You have Chelsea. You have Aston Villa. You have Nottingham Forest, and then one other team. About five teams. That are trying so hard, trying so hard. You want to qualify for the Champions League for next season. So you have all of them right there. So we go straight to right to the match between Tottenham and then Manchester United. I think Don't forget, the first half ended with possession 37% to Tottenham, 37% to Tottenham, and then of course 63 to Manchester United. So it's 37, and then Man U 63%. With the 63%, they weren't able to do they weren't able to do much. And then of course the corner kicks, it was 4 to Tottenham, and then 2 to Manchester United. That's the corner kicks. So that was how it ended in the first half. So we'll be going straight to the second half of the match straight away and see what exactly the next 45 minutes holds for Manchester United. Don't forget, a Champions League ticket is at stake.
For 17 years, the first European trophy since 1984. The fact that Manchester United have conceded
a Champions League ticket is at stake. Champions League, will Manchester United. All right, Manchester United about to kick the ball, about to start off the second. All right, straight from Ojulon to Andre Onana. And then Andre Onana kicks the ball in.
So Spurs have the lead. Brennan Johnson with the faintest of touches. His goal just before half-time.
Okay.
Significantly, there weren't any Manchester United substitutes warming up during half-time. No changes made by Ruben Amorim, not made by Ange Postecoglou either. But we were discussing it up here. How long?
All right, thank you so much. All right, so the second half has started, just like I mentioned. No changes to either side. No changes by Ruben Amorim. No changes by Ange Postecoglou. So it remains, and then throwing it. So throwing. Okay, quickly thrown, and then you have Mason Mount, and then Patrick Dogu tries to move forward, but he plays the ball for a throwing it. So throwing Tottenham Hotspur. So as Sam Mames right there in Bilbao is Tottenham Hotspur 1, Man United 0. So does what chances does Manchester United have? Those chances does Manchester United have to qualify for the Champions League next season? Okay. Then Euro. Okay, you have Maguire down to Luke Shaw. Okay, back to Casemiro. Ahmad. Then Euro down to Mazraoui. Ahmad, and of course Bissouma sends the ball for a throw-in. So you have a nice one. You have Mazraoui, and then straight to Bruno Fernandes, Mazraoui, Amad Diallo. Here then sends the ball into the box for Ojlund, but it was a mistake touch by Ojlund. He wasn't really expecting, so to say, that ball from Amad Diallo, and or he tries to let him not just twist his neck anyhow. Don't go and twist your head, dude. So you know, the Ojlund, they call him the defensive striker for Manchester United. Some people with their bad mouth, Oh no. Alright, Vicario sends the ball out. Tottenham foul on Ojlund. Van de Ven gets a yellow card. Oh. So free kick right there for Manchester United, and then you will always find Bruno Fernandes there. You will always find him there. Vicario is trying to shout some instructions, give some instructions, organize his wall. And then Bruno Fernandes is also sending some words to the box. Headed out by Bentancur. Luke Shaw. I think a player has been fouled. All right, Maguire. It was, I think, he held down Christian Romero, and the guy wasn't happy with it. Wasn't really happy, wasn't happy with it. And then exchange of words right there between Christian Romero and Harry Maguire. What Ojland was there to maybe separate them. Voila. Bissouma, Papessa. Okay. Papessa with the assist, cleared out by Luke Shaw. Okay, it's a throw-in right there for Tottenham. Quickly thrown. Okay, Onana with the ball, sends the ball in. Oh, nice one by Destiny Udogie there. And then Vicario. Okay. That's not a foul. Tottenham have started their style again. Okay. Foul on Casemiro by Papessa. And there is a throw-in. That was supposed to be some kind of foul, but it's a throw-in. Send Harry Maguire the ball in. All right. Bissouma. Nice control of the midfield right there. Oh, that's a throw-in. I think Tottenham players could have played better right there. They could have played better or control the ball better. Lenny Euro. This guy, Lenny Euro, with his confidence and then his composure at this age, that is highly commendable. Highly, very commendable. Luke Shaw. Patrick Dogu. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, direct, Christian Romero clears the ball. That ball was intended for Mason Mount, but Christian Romero was right there. All right, throw in, and even while trying to clear the ball out, he touched the leg of Mason Mount. The boy who had a dream. Okay, so throw in definitely for Tottenham. Clear this ball, come out. Right, gets to Richarlison, fouled by Mazraoui. Held down. Nice ball control by Richarlison right there. Nice ball control. And then he guided his ball right. He guided his ball well as well. So who is taking? I think Bissouma is there close. Romero is also there. Offside for Sa. Offside for Sa. Okay, Maguire.
Manchester United won this trophy under Jose Mourinho in Stockholm in 2017. Spurs were the first ever winners in 72 and they beat Wolves in an all-English final over 2 legs. They won it again in 84.
Pick this ball, pick boy, pick this ball up.
To beat Anderlecht, all in all English clubs.
Oh.
Have won this competition 9 times.
Oh wow.
And it's the team
Bentacle
from
and Mason Mount
London
right there.
with the advantage and the control.
Ojlund, Mazraoui. Ball back to sender. Throw in, throw in, throw in. Throw in Manchester United. Pick this ball, Van de Ven. Then Euro. And then to Mazraoui. Where are you sending the ball to? You wonder why, you know, do we have information that nobody has or that some other person has? Because someone like Diogo Dalot would have been very, very helpful in this match. Diogo Dalot. Alright, then Euro. But Man U, see this guy by you. Hey, Manchester United. Okay, Mazraoui. Close down. That's Bruno Fernandes. Lenny ball back to Lenny Euro. Tottenham are being very, very cautious here. Because they have a goal lead. They are not rushing. They are not rushing anything. Look Shaw. Dogu. Alright, Richarlison. Alright, you can occur. The referee says play on. Richarlison, that wasn't okay. Manchester United quickly takes their free kick. Mazraoui, Ahmad. I think yeah, Ahmad needs to come back more to come and help the team. Ahmad needs to come. He needs to track back more, and then help the team build from the back. Richarlison. Okay, it's a throw-in to Manchester United, according to the referee. Wow, it's a very tough charge there by Bissouma and Casemiro. Harry Maguire to Lenny Euro. To the right, of course, Mazraoui. Oh, foul by Richarlison, and then of course Richarlison is going to get the yellow card. He needs to take it easy. He doesn't have to get a yellow card before he plays his football. Fouls Mazraoui right there. So, free kick.
A situation like this feels at the moment like the best way that Manchester United are going to provide any kind of concern to Tottenham defensively.
Bruno Fernandes sends the ball into the box. The goalkeeper didn't really get the ball. You know, Lenny Euro was at the near post. If he had had his leg on that ball, could have been in the net. Wow. If his leg had touched that ball, actually he had an outstretched leg, that's Lenny Euro, yes. But he didn't pick the ball well. So he didn't pick the ball up well. That's Lenny Euro. Casemiro to Lenny Euro, and then to Mazraoui, Amad Diallo, and then he sends it back to Lenny Euro again. And then you have Casemiro in midfield, Dogu and Luke Shaw right there.
Shaw looking for Mason Mount, who's got 3 over there, Mount, but he's still
Mason Mount, they will not let him rest. Kick this ball out. Okay, is it throwing? Throwing to Tottenham. Mason Mount was kind of very rugged there, and then guided his ball, but Pedro Porro won't let him go. Pedro Porro won't let him go. Okay, out. Richarlison, are you there? Okay. Then Euro, Amadialo.